boy. Good boy. Good catch. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, you keep. I found Mary on the internet from a referral from someone from my dog class. I have a cattle dog who has a bad back from time to time from doing agility, and I have an older cattle dog who has movement problems. He's had knee surgery, and I wanted to treat them so that, not with drugs, but and the chiropractor, I wasn't getting the results I wanted. I wanted something that lasted longer. Misty has a bad disc in the part of her back near her tail, and there's extra bone growth there, and so she compensates. She walks a little funny, so that part of her back doesn't hurt, and after a treatment with Mary, she doesn't walk funny anymore, and her back doesn't hurt, and she can go back and do agility. Bentley, he had knee surgery several years ago, and he limped after the surgery because he thought it would hurt. Even though he was fixed, he got used to walking that way. And Mary made his knee feel comfortable, and basically it retrained him that he could not limp and still not have pain. And my dogs loved it from the first session. There's no pain involved. Everything she does makes them feel more comfortable. And if she works on a spot and they show any kind of discomfort, she goes back to a spot that makes them comfortable and then comes back to that area later.
What I often do is I'll start by doing very gentle movements that support muscles, that allow the muscles to release just through providing non-habitual sensations, and something that's very soft. I'll work with the ribs so that the animal starts to breathe in a different way. I'll move them sometimes very rhythmically, but very, very softly, so that again, with the idea of I'm supporting their muscles, they can let go, and then the nervous system becomes quieter. The work I do is very much like Feldenkrais, but what I've done and why I call it the sense work is I've systemized it in such a way that is very user-friendly, so you don't have to go through this big program to learn how to help your own, the 4-year training to learn how to help your own dog, your own horse, your own cat. Of course, the more you study, the greater your skill, the more precise you'll be, but you don't have to take the whole 4-year training to learn about it. I feel that the more I can train the animals' owners, the more animals will benefit, because it's more practical that a few times a week or something you spend a few minutes with your animal improving the movement rather than coming to see me, once every few months, if you even have that possibility. The whole idea behind sense is increasing your sensitivity, increasing your awareness, being sensitive to yourself and also to another individual, whether that's your dog, your horse, or another person. So, and the beauty of this is I teach people how to work with their animals, but they also go home and work with their spouses, their children, their friends, things like that. So they start to learn to be sensitive in many different ways to these other beings, as well as to themselves, of course. But it stands for, the acronym is Strength with Elegance through Natural Somatic Education. So the idea of being strong, but with elegance, the elegance being when you're efforting very hard, it doesn't look elegant. You're using too much effort. But if effort is distributed harmoniously throughout your body, it looks elegant. put my hands on the animal, the dog, the horse, whatever, and I'll start working. And you feel so good when you have that connection at that level. It's a very deep level that you're connecting with them. I mean, we talk about the nervous system linking up with the other nervous system, which is one thing. But what I found is you really connect with a heart-to-heart connection. And there's ways that I teach my students to be able to access that even faster. And it improves the session, but you also feel so good when you do it that it's sometimes really hard to stop.
It's an ongoing thing. It's not like you have a cold and you go to the doctor and they fix you. It's you go and she works on them and then they move better. And then I wait 4 or 5 weeks and I see they're not moving or flowing so easily, and then we go back and she works on them and then they move better again. It's retraining their body how to move without being in pain. When you go in for a massage, there's not necessarily anything wrong with you, but after the massage you feel wonderful. That's what Mary does for the dogs. They don't have to have an injury, they can be just fine, but after she works on them, then they feel wonderful.
I always say, if you have a nervous system, you know, you can be helped by this method. So I've worked on many dogs, many horses, many cats, quite a number of rabbits, even an iguana. You know, so there's all kinds of animals that could be helped with it. And of course, people.